Hello guys, welcome back. Sathorn here. This is the Daily Grind and this is Saint Seiya Tencent. Um, this is specifically just one of the Jamir Championship finals this month. And I just had to make this quick video because somebody commented on one of the other ones that he read on Facebook that someone told him that Hades is out of the meta in the Chinese server. And this is the thing. Given the format of the Jamir Championship, where you have to build at least three different teams to throw against an opponent where none of your units is going to get banned and everybody deploys blindly against the opponent. What happens is that now that there are many more newer units, some of them are relegated to the last effort. And I'm just going to show you here. This guy who ended up winning 3 matches over 2 lost with one of his Hades compositions, but he repeated one, and it's a big surprise that he chose to field Casa Lumnares. So let's go see the loss first and see what happened. I didn't get to see this live. But let's see. We have a pretty awesome double god composition here with Athena goddess and Poseidon, Misty, who is still in the meta, Doko, who came back after his awakened armor, and you can see from the skin that this guy was top Jamir last season. It's also featuring a very heavy Shion and one of the newer units, Papillon Mew. So let's see how this guy lost against this. Not hard to believe because Poseidon, as he consumes a lot of energy, feeds Athena cooldown on her scepter. For when you maximize the skill, for every 2 energy points that your team consumes, her energy requirement to use the scepter goes down by 1. So by round 3 or 4, she basically gets a 570 cosmic attack for free. Athena arrived to the meta and is at the top ever since her release. You can see the Jamir Championships skew most of the healers. The guy on top is going to lose. But most of the units I have recommended over the past months, Moses, the BNA units, Moses, Geki, Misty. Misty is still very, very meta. Jamian came back. Jamir, nobody really knew how to use him in the beginning, and since he is one of the least popular saints in the franchise, pretty much everybody in the Chinese server slept on him. But once Divine Phoenix came out, people started to realize just the sheer power. There's the scepter. The sheer power of Jamir and just how invincible he is with the right setup. Wave exchange, and there's Doko doing what he does best. And I'm going to be featuring Papillon in the coming weeks. I still haven't built mine. I was very lucky to get him actually with a dupe, and there's the match. Account level goes to 70 in the Chinese server. You can see it's a pretty fun combination this guy is using. Not the finest Jamir from what I'm seeing, but still a very fun one. So let's see the rematch of the final. That was the tie. 2 matches tied, and this is the deciding match of the evening. This is gonna be a very quick video. It's just to showcase that Hades is still featured in Jamir finals. Nobody who fights seriously for Jamir is foregoing using the gods and the broken units. Canon is also back because Divine Cloth Iki is very powerful. It's cosmic damage, and he just attacks relentlessly. And we're seeing, finally we're seeing Shaka back after his awakened armor. He has a new skill when you gather the pieces and repair the cloth. His Treasure of Heaven now has somewhat decent damage, but the real showcase is that with the awakened armor he puts a debuff on the enemy where he can block people from using skills that use 1 or more energy points or 2 or more energy points. And the good debuff is the one. Like for example, this Shaka at the bottom of the screen cannot use his Treasure of Heaven because he has the debuff, cannot be purged, cannot be cleansed, and he's now effectively out of the fight for 1 turn. And what the other guy did was copy with Casa, who also has an awakened armor now. He copied Shaka for the last fight of the evening. And he gets all the skills. Casa is rather easy to maximize. And at max skill levels, you can copy up to 5 skill levels from the enemy. You're not going to do a lot of damage because Casa has crappy stats. But that's a pretty fun unit to use. There's Divine Cloth Iki doing what he does. After everybody, enemy or ally, takes a turn, the Phoenix attacks automatically. But nothing prevents a good old one-shot from Xion, like doing this. Now, Casa only copies the skills, but not the stats, so you have to build a rather fast Casa in order for this to work. And with that Divine Cloth Iki, that team is done. Pretty much, that's the match. Low energy consumption team with Hades and Papillion, Xion. This is round 4, everybody gets 8 energy points by this time of the match. And again, the original Shaka gets blocked, and then Hades goes to town with the greatest eclipse, and it's going to be one-shots from now on. Bet your ass. And remember, all the exceeding heal gets added permanently to Hades' HP bar. So he just gets tankier and tankier as the match goes on. Now this is a pretty cool combination. I had never seen that. Casa along with other units, and that's a wrap. And let's go look at the other matches. That was just one of the finals. There's finals for iOS, there's finals for WeChat and QQ servers. So let's see this one. That's a 3-0. That's amazing. It's very rarely see that in the Chinese server. No Hades featured here. But some interesting compositions. There's more Papillon. Oh, Gold Hyoga. So let's go look at that. Pretty much a mirror match. There's the Pope. Pope Arles. For those who still don't believe that Pope is Jamir finals material, here you are. Of course, this is whale territory. But nevertheless, you're going to see A and B units here, or lowly guys like Gold Hyoga, who is very powerful, but this just showcases that these guys are whales. In the Chinese server, Gold Hyoga is entirely, pretty much exclusive to spenders and pretty heavy spenders. He's only ever been featured in a gacha, never been added to the banners, and you either got him or not. And if you were unlucky getting him, good luck getting into a league, into a legion that shares golden Hyoga shards, because it's a very, very hard unit to get in the Chinese server. So he doesn't see a lot of play. Again, heavy energy expenditure on both teams, trying to pump that scepter. You don't get more power, but the skill gets cheaper to use until it becomes free. Zero energy cast on a 570 cosmic attack move. That's pretty crazy. And if Athena is killed before her teammates, it's pointless to have an Athena that doesn't have her passive maximized. That's 100% chance of her staying as a spirit if she gets killed early on, and she stays completely impervious to damage and control skills like that Athena on the top team is about to die, or is already, no, she's still alive. But if she gets killed and she has her passive maximized, she's going to stay for 3 turns completely immune to damage and control skills. But she has access to her full arsenal. She can still use she can cast the Camp Elysium, and she can still use the scepter and keep generating energy for her own team. That's a very high utility and damage. She has everything. She's tanky, she's fast, and brings a lot of utility to the team and support. That's very, very important. Both guys are banking on another dimension, and of course Papillon, who very often gets double turns. Don't be misguided. Don't be fooled by his appearance. He might be a butterfly, but he stings like a motherfucking train. That's the truth. At max level, he is one of the heaviest hitters in the game. And goodbye, Pope. That's the scepter. It erases the scepter at max skill level. Aside of having a pretty stupidly high damage multiplier, if the enemy has 35% health or less, the scepter completely erases that unit from the game. No chance of resurrecting or being protected by Athena's blessing. And that's the thing. And let's go look at the last time of the match. There's one Hades. Units like this don't go out of the meta just like that. I mean, that's a very heavy HP reduction. I just made a video analyzing Hades, and that's the stuff. The Eclipse, when it activates on the third round after casting, reduces, doesn't do damage, it reduces the HP bars permanently for the whole enemy team for just 2 energy. So let's see here, heavy whale territory with a gold Hyoga. But look, you still see Misties, and that's probably an awakened Cloth Milo who now gets to hit up to 3 people at the same time. And he's gotten a double turn from Hashun, that's Hadeshun, the latest unit added to the game. That's amazing damage on that Evil Saga. So yes, expect an Evil Saga analysis in the coming week. Invisible doesn't prevent Evil Saga from doing his stuff. But he's probably going to die on this turn. Yeah, that's a nice idea, getting rid of Evil Saga as soon as possible. Now that energy field surrounding the players, that's Hashun passive. When he casts that, if the unit is hit before taking a turn, it automatically heals. A set amount is not an important heal, but can prevent one-shots. And you get that basically for free. Then you give the double turn, and that's kind of an assist. It increases the cost of actual skills, but not the basic, and that's why it's getting popular to pair the new Milo with Hadeshun. The seal, there's the greatest eclipse. And I haven't seen this interaction, no, because that's a health reduction, that's not an attack. Nobody gets healed, and Hades just proceeds to completely own the enemy team. Even if the Misty barriers send damage back, that's a double turn. That's a new one, double turn on Papillion. Oh, that's a crazy double assist. One from the double turn and one from Gold Hyoga. That's a crazy combination. And a first. And Heishun or Hadeshun is just quote unquote an S rank unit. Yeah, but that's a wrap. Gave up. Yeah, because Gold Hyoga alone cannot do anything. But still some pretty heavy, crazy combinations. This latest edition of the Jamir tournament. And the Chaos one is crazy this month. I'm not competing. The rules for this edition are if you kill an opponent, then you have a 20% chance of getting another turn when you kill an enemy unit. So, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Well, these are just repeats, replays more than repeats. But expect the next month I'm going to try to stream or record and then upload the fights during the semifinals. That's on my end. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. That's at around 4 a.m. because I have a crazy time now in my country. But I'm still gonna try to bring it to you guys so you know what the meta is looking like in the Chinese server, what you can expect from the units. What I have just seen amazed me to no end. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I do have Heshun and I'm trying to upgrade him, but I have a very big queue. Um, Gonna try to bring this guy Evil Saga to 80 this week so I can do an in-depth with him. And this is another crazy blue book either because he has to be at least 1333 on his skills to get a good mileage for your money. You can work at the skill level 1, but I wouldn't recommend that on Evil Saga. So I'm gonna try to gather a couple more blue books so I can bring him up and some experience and tomes to bring him to 80. And after that one, I'm bringing Papillion also to level 80 because I was very lucky to get him. And also I got Hashun with a couple of dupes. But this guy also looks like he needs a lot of blue books, so I'm not gonna be using him in the near future. But just the fact that he heals your team passively, more like reactively, if they take damage, they get healed. It's pretty big. And that double turn with Milo, who I just got his awakened armor and to level 80, this guy and Shura are PvP powerhouses again on the Chinese server. So expect an analysis too on the awakened armor system that is coming your way in the near future. And also you got with this patch the special store, this thing that rewards you with several prizes when you perform advanced summons. Here on the Chinese server, this is more so you spend, if you're a new player, so you spend advanced summons, or the summoning stars like I like to call them, in the bye week, in the rest week. As you can notice over here, there is no banner this week. The Hashun event just finished and we are moving on to another thing on the next maintenance. You get a rest week and then again it's 1 week of banner, then another rest week, then another banner, and so on and so forth. And from what I have seen on the Singapore version, it doesn't matter if you perform your special summons on the feature banner, you still get the blue gems required to purchase stuff from this store. Now, this is only for those guys that are really missing one of the gold saints to cash on the diamond reward and the title, so you can gather the 12. You can check the following week. This one is Milo and the next one is Pisces, but this is heavy spending. You need to spend, at least on the Chinese server, I haven't checked on the Singapore one. Over here you have to spend 200 summoning stars on the bye week. I mean, if there was a banner I will have to not summon on the banner, but summon on just advanced. The only advantage is that on the Singapore version, you get the gems even if you summon from the featured banner. So at least you get some stuff back, and you can save those until you get one saint that you are missing. That's the only thing that the only other thing that I can maybe praise GT Arcade on, because well, if you don't have luck, at least you can wait until, because you get the 12 gold saints, the 12 main gold saints. You don't get Shion, you don't get Arayashiki, but you can at least gather the 12 if you are missing one or more over time. So finally something for the free players. With that said, that's all for this video. This is going to be one rare day when I upload 3 videos on the same day, because it really caught my attention that I saw somebody claiming that Hades is no longer meta. That's one of the craziest things I have heard this week. Like really, that's crazy talk. That's like claiming that you have a system where you can reliably get the gold saints. The bet is still on. If somebody can prove to me that you can tell other people how to do this and reliably get more than 2%, because that's the drop rate on the global and Singapore versions, supposedly. I don't know if they have changed that. But I don't see GT Arcade losing money if they match the Chinese version 3.5%. It's not that much, like, that's not a big difference. So in actual numbers, in the Chinese server, we almost get double. That's my cue to stop recording. We get almost double the drop rate than on the Singapore version and the global version of this game. Well, with that said, that's all for this video. Thank you for your preference. I'm back to this channel, and I'm gonna keep continuing making material. So you know the drill. Subscribe if you like the content. Click on the little bell to get a notification when I upload new material, and leave your questions, your doubts, anything regarding the game that you are interested on in the comments below, and we'll be seeing each other the next time. In the meantime, keep grinding on.